So from our irony files, this is like one of the greatest stories ever. So the University of Chicago's Institute of Politics and the Atlantic magazine just hosted a conference, no self-awareness whatsoever, entitled Disinformation and the Erosion of Democracy. So needless to say, they invited all of your favorite purveyors of disinformation and exponents of censorship. Barack Obama, Jonah Goldberg, Ann Applebaum, and of course Brian Stelter. There was no IQ bar, apparently. What the speakers didn't count on, the expected hours of just bloviating, is that there are still a couple of kids at the University of Chicago who are awake enough to say, wait a second, what are you talking about? Disinformation? Here's one exchange.
You've all spoken extensively about Fox News being a purveyor of disinformation, but CNN is right up there with them. They pushed the Russian collusion hoax. They pushed the Jussie Smollett hoax. They smeared Justice Kavanaugh as a rapist, and they also smeared Nick Salmon as a white supremacist. And yes, they dismissed the Hunter Biden laptop affair as pure Russian disinformation. All the mistakes of the mainstream media, and CNN in particular, seem to magically all go in one direction. Are we expected to believe that this is all just some sort of random coincidence, or is there something else behind it?
I think you're describing a different channel than the one that I watch. But I understand that that is a popular right-wing narrative about CNN.
It's a popular right-wing narrative. Never trust anyone who uses the term narrative, by the way, just for the record. Christopher Phillips is the man you saw in that clip. He's a freshman at the University of Chicago. He joins us tonight. Mr. Phillips, thank you for joining us. What possessed you to confront these purveyors of disinformation?
Hi, Tucker. Thank you so much for having me on. It's an honor. You know, the way I've always been is to search for truth and ask questions to, you know, sift through the lies and find out what's really going on. So myself and two of my colleagues at the Chicago Thinker, the University of Chicago's premier publication, Evita Duffy and Daniel Schmidt, we three went to this conference, and, you know, we see right when we come in a ton of people, a ton of legacy media employees whose entire careers have been spreading disinformation. Those are the people who are telling us about how to avoid disinformation. So, you know, I hear Brian Stelter, and he talks for 30 minutes about how Fox News is this huge purveyor of disinformation. They're the enemy of the people. And then I come up and I say, wait a second, run that back, because actually CNN, from what I've seen at least, is probably 10 times the purveyor of disinformation that you claim Fox News to be. And, you know, he didn't really have a great answer for it.
Well, you know, some of the examples that you threw at him, you know, are subjective. I agreed with your take on it. But some of them were just objective. Like CNN did dismiss Hunter Biden's laptop as Russian disinformation. That kid's on camera doing it. Wouldn't it have been better if he would have said, yeah, I got that wrong. You know, I'm sorry about that. Wouldn't that have worked?
Gosh, I mean, you know, to tell you the truth, I didn't exactly expect him to hand over the keys and say, you know what, we're corrupt. Go ahead, Chris, and make CNN the truth. But you know, I did kind of expect him to say, you know, we retracted those stories and we apologize for saying that. And we always, you know, we try to keep a clean record. But there was no apology. There was no remorse whatsoever. It's just, you know, I don't know what news network you're talking about. That's not mine. When in reality, he said these things on CNN. It's all documented.
Yeah, it's hard to have credibility if you want to admit that you make a mistake ever. You know, everybody makes mistakes. We certainly have, but just admit it. So what was the reaction from other students at Chicago to your question?
Well, you know, there's a lot of social pressure to conform to the leftist narrative, to conform to the radical agenda at college campuses. So just working for the Chicago Thinker really is, you know, kind of inviting you to be canceled in a sense. But a lot of people, I have to say, actually really liked my question. They thought it was fair. They thought it was honest, and it was pure journalism, and I respect everyone who told me that. Some people were not satisfied with it, but regardless, you know, I think I did a good thing in asking Brian, you know, what gives as to CNN's bias.
Yeah, and just like, just touch reality once a day. You know, reassure us that you're not like demented, but he didn't. Chris Phillips from University of Chicago, a credit to your generation. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much, Tucker. And everyone needs to check out thechicagothinker.com. Right now, we publish a lot of stuff on campus craziness. No one else is doing it like we are. So hit us on Twitter and Instagram as well. Hit me at ChrisPTheTruth for more.
I looked at it this morning. It's good. Chris Phillips, thank you. Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.